All right, guys. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about an issue that I think a lot of Jeep owners have, and have. There's a lot of videos online about this, and I wanted to share my experience with it. So I have a 2020 JL, and it's the second time that I had my battery just die on me once it started, and just nothing. Uh, Gave it a jump, came on, got to my next location, and same thing, tried to start it and just dead. So about 2.5 years in, I had this issue. The wife was driving the Jeep and just gave up on her, and we couldn't figure it out. Jumped it. Same thing happened. Got to location again, got home, tried to start it, didn't work anymore. So that's when I found out about the auxiliary battery. I wasn't aware that these things have an auxiliary battery. Well, at this point, it still had warranty, so we took it into to the dealer. They took care of it, replaced the auxiliary battery, replaced the main battery. Probably a year and a half later, 37,000 miles. But this time I went to, obviously I was out of warranty, went to check, and I had to replace both batteries again because, as you guys probably know already, once the auxiliary battery gives out, it just drains the main battery and it takes it with it. It pretty much dies along with the auxiliary battery. So I started reading up on this, and I saw that there was a lot of people that just hate the system, and rightfully so, right? Who wants to be replacing two batteries, and come to find out that the only main purpose of that auxiliary battery is just that start stop option, which is, I think we all agree, is pretty stupid. So in reading a lot of these forums and looking up on YouTube, I saw that a lot of guys are bypassing their auxiliary battery, and there's a couple of great videos out there. I'll kind of go over it a little bit. A lot of good videos, definitely go check them out. But yeah, I bypassed the battery. It's been about 3 weeks now. Have had no issues with it. The only thing that I haven't done that some of the guys have done is remove one of these. I'm not sure which one it is. I'll try to look it up. I should have looked it up before I make this video. But anyways, you can disable the start option by taking one of these off. I'm not sure if it's this one or this one. But if you do that, you will have that light that comes on your dash, it's kind of like a warning sign saying that there's something wrong with your start and stop system. So if you don't care about that, then don't worry about it. You can do that. That would also disable it. If you don't want to see that light, you kind of have to remember to hit that start stop button, like I'll show you right now. So obviously every time you get into your Jeep, when you turn it on, you're going to hit that one. You want to make sure it's turned on while you're driving. I wanted to show you kind of what I did. I went and did get a new battery. I got a new battery. I went with the Odyssey battery. Saw a lot of good reviews on this battery. Like I said, I've just had it a couple weeks, so I can't really tell you. I just can tell you that it's working great. We'll see in the long run. But so getting to the point, I had already taken out the whole battery, the auxiliary battery, which was, it's not crazy hard, but you do have to. So in order to take off the auxiliary battery, it's a couple ways. One is you can remove this fender. You take this off, and you're gonna try to take it out, right around here is where it's located. And to me, I didn't want to mess with taking off the fender, so I went this route. You have to remove the fuse box, which is, these screws here. This whole thing pops out, and then you have a couple of connectors right under that. You take those off. I think there's another couple of screws right under that, and then that reveals the auxiliary battery. But it is a pain, and it is, anytime you're dealing with electrical, it's kind of, for at least for me, it's kind of nerve-wracking. I don't want to mess anything up. I'm not an expert by any means on working. I know my basics with, getting around with doing the basics on cars, but as far as any electrical, I always get a little intimidated by that. But it's not crazy. It's not nothing too bad. I put everything back together. once I realized that I can bypass that system. And what you do is you actually leave that battery in there. You don't have to remove it. Part of the reasoning is that you don't want to remove it because you have to take the vehicle in for any warranty, and obviously that can void your warranty or whatever. So you leave that battery in there. You still leave it connected as far as your ground and your positive cable. You leave that connected there, but here on top is where you do the bypass, which is so much easier. So for this one, this is your ground cable that comes from your main battery and goes into your auxiliary cable. I already taped it up. I taped up the lead because I tucked it in here, but it doesn't move, but I'm still gonna put a zip tie on it today, just to be on the safe side. You don't want it touching any metal or anything like that and grounding. So by disconnecting your ground cable, obviously it renders the other one, it cancels it out. But what you want to do is you want to take off the fuse that goes with that system, with the start-stop system. That's gonna, from my understanding, what that does, that's just gonna pretty much tell your computer, it's gonna make it think that the battery's still there. So it won't show you any error codes on your dash, but it's not actually working. You're only using your main battery. Obviously, at this point, the start-stop system is disabled, and you're only using this main battery. And it doesn't really, it doesn't do anything like difference. You're not going to notice a difference. Everything works fine. The car starts, on point every time. I have the air, right here it's like about 120 degrees. It seems like where we live right now, middle of summer. Have the air conditioner running, have, everything going. And this battery is awesome. Again, this is have the cover on it, so I can't really show you, but I'm pretty sure most people that run Jeeps or that, just in general, this battery is a good battery. It's an Odyssey battery. It's H6. It's holding up really well. And again, the fuse that you're going to want to take off, let me show you. I'll take a picture of this as well, or you can put pause. So again, this is how I did it. That's how I bypassed my auxiliary battery. I've had no issues since. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video.